Hello, my name is Tom Schaffler. I am your host for Introduction to Humanities, INDS 120, for the second session of summer school at West Virginia Wesleyan College for the summer of 2021. I am coming to you today from Los Angeles, where I'm visiting some friends, sitting out on their back patio, lanai. I've got my laptop precariously perched on top of a watering can. So that's that. Hey, oh, and the puppies are back. And people, yeah. That's okay. That's all right. I just texted you about it. I texted Jeff about it. I forgot. And it's okay. I'm recording a thing for my class. But it's very casual, as you can tell. No big deal. So I just want to let you all know some things, some basic stuff. During the course of the class, everything will be online. All content is available online. It's you'll need to have access to a laptop and consistent access to the internet for the entirety of the course. You won't really be able to do this one from your phone. You really need to have a laptop or at least some kind of computer to use. All content will be delivered and worked on asynchronously. There's also an airport nearby here, apparently, so excuse the noise. Some things that I'd like for you to do. I'd like for you to look at the student support folder today. Your assignment is, I'm going to go ahead and move it off of there so it doesn't fall down. Go on, check out the student support folder in the content folder of Blackboard. All the materials for the class will be delivered via Blackboard. So if you're someone who, I never check my email or I never read my email, well, you're going to need to read your email because that's the primary way that I interact with this class. There are no synchronous meetings. And I will hold some virtual office hours as needed, but otherwise, for the most part, it's a self-led course. The materials will come open every week, usually on a Monday. Because of the way the class schedules this time, I think we're going from a Thursday to a Thursday kind of week schedule. Yeah. So usually by Tuesday, everything for the coming week that, again, begins on Thursday will be available to you. For the most part, you can do a lot of the work asynchronously, all of the things will be delivered asynchronously, but for the most part, you'll be able to do them essentially when you want. So if you are a person who has a summer job, or let's say you're taking another class, you might be able to do everything for this class, in a couple days towards the beginning of the week. But there are deadlines throughout the week. So in some cases, you'll be posting on a discussion board, for example, and then you'll need to go back to the discussion board and comment on your classmates' comments and posts. So it may be that you have to go back and visit the thing. Pretty much every day should check in. Keep in mind that other summer classes that meet in person do so for 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. So your colleagues who are taking summer school on campus are in class usually for 3 hours or more. So it's about, this works out to be about an hour to 2 hour time commitment daily, I would say. So if you are taking multiple other classes, also trying to work full-time, while this is asynchronous, it is also a time commitment, so be aware of that. The time difference in the moment for the next few days is about 3 hours behind you in Los Angeles. So, or 3 hours, I should say, behind Eastern Standard Time. Some of you may be logging on to the class from multiple time zones, but all the deadlines for the class materials are generally, almost all of them are 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the date that's listed in the schedule. So look through the syllabus, look through the schedule, which is all posted in the content folder and available to you. Know that I will check messages daily, but I will not check messages every hour, so I'm not available to you every minute. So if I strongly encourage you to look over the materials as they're posted and see what's coming up for that week. Make sure you understand all of the instructions for the assignments. For the most part, I think it's pretty clear, but occasionally students just want to check. If you wait until 8 o'clock Eastern to start on an assignment and you panic and email me, I may or may not see it. So the deadlines are pretty firm, so just check on that. I think for the most part, the humanities class that the college has designed, the goals are for you to interact with artworks. We are working in this particular course on most of the masterworks of Western European culture, so I will sort of take a moment to acknowledge that these are definitely a lot of old white guys that we're looking at, but we're looking at it hopefully through a lens of the societies and cultures that created those works and artists, but also what those works have to say to us in our current society, particularly with a focus on gender roles and gender responsibilities, and I think that's kind of a fun way to look at it. You're going to be acquiring some of the language to interact with these artworks and analyzing one. So your sort of final project or big project for this summer course is that you find an encounter with the arts. And now that the COVID is sort of wrapping a bit and we're starting to open up, there are many arts experiences that are in your communities, and that's sort of the point of the assignment, is that you look in your local communities for arts experiences, whether that's live music. Many places now in the summertime, at least in the northern hemisphere, are experiencing summer, and so we're getting summer music festivals and concerts. There may be outdoor plays or dance pieces. There may be outdoor artworks, but finding like small museums, even in your own community. In Buchanan, for example, we have Festival Fridays in the summer, which usually has live music every Friday night in Jawbone Park. So there are similar things in almost every community around everywhere. So looking for those is important. Check out the part of what today's assignment is, to look at the guidelines for that assignment. Last summer, many of those assignments had to be done digitally, but I'm going to really strongly encourage you to get out and look for live encounters as best you can. The best way to interact with me over the course of the class is through my email address, which is there, and you can find it. You can address me as Tom if you like, or Professor Schaffler if you like. Some students feel more comfortable with the more formal. Most of my majors call me Tom. Don't call me Dr. Schaffler, because I'm not a doctor. I'm an actor myself by training, and I work in the theater professionally, and I have an MFA in acting, so that's my background academically. I'm the chair of the Department of Theater and Dance. I think those are all the things. I try to keep this video as quick as I can, just checking over to make sure I've addressed all of the things on my list, but feel free to email with any questions that you might have at any point. By this time, let's see, it's about 10:30 a.m. here in Los Angeles on Thursday, which means about 1 o'clock. It's about 20 till 2 in West Virginia, which means that most of the registrations for this class should be pretty much over. So you can get started on today's assignments and the assignments for the week, and all that stuff will be opened up for you momentarily. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I really think that the class offers us the opportunity to empathize, both with the subjects of the artwork that we're looking at, as well as the artists who created the work. I think that empathy is a skill that you can actually practice and use, that is actually valuable to you. And this is one way of being able to do that, is by looking and experiencing art, and to think about, sort of put yourself in the shoes either of the subject or perhaps of the artist who made the expression in the first place. And while that may seem sometimes like a touchy-feely, kind of fuzzy sort of skill, it is a very powerful one that I think everybody benefits from learning how to use. So I hope that that's something that happens for you too in this class. I think that's it. Be in touch. Looking forward to exploring this work with you.